the Mega Knight's gonna get targeted. Guys, see what I'm doing here? And that's super expensive and super defensive. Why play Knight, Big Mama P.E.K.K.A, and Mega Knight? But what you can do is you can drop Gang here in the middle. You can also activate King Tower if you want. By dropping a Gang here, you bring the Mega Knight down here. You can drop an Ice Spirit like right here. He'll then attack it, then he'll attack this, right? I just want to point out that the Mega Knight is actually going to jump on the Goblin Gang. However, he doesn't take them all out, because some of these will actually go a little bit this way, so they space themselves out, so that way they continue to distract and you have both arena towers hitting, okay? By this time, the P.E.K.K.A gets about right here. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, your boy is back with a special one today. Spellbait. How do you play Logbait, guys? We're going to go ahead and jump into the arena on my main account. Don't have Princess on my mini account. So here it is, guys. Traditional Logbait, Spellbait. All right, I say traditional because this deck right here has just been around for years. Do my best to kind of teach it. There's so many different variations to bait with Skeleton Barrel, Dark Goblin, the Rascal's Prince version, which is my favorite actually to run, especially current meta. But guys, what we're going to do is continue the tablet edition series as well. So anytime I want to teach some of these decks, I'm going to go ahead and run a couple battles and then we'll dissect them at the end, guys. You guys seem to enjoy it. Let's just go ahead and jump in. Let's see if we can get, obviously we want some dubs here, but to be honest with you, it's more about how to play the deck. I'll do my best to commentate through this, but really when we dive into the X's and O's, that's when we'll really break it down. Guys, you can always start with Barrel, because you want to see what they want to counter, what they're going to counter with, right? So we have an E-Wizard. So with this, it's going to be a little bit difficult, and I say difficult because, well, my man's going straight in with that. So what we have to do is we'll have to bring this over, and then we're going to have to take this E-Wizard out. And he used his Zap, I believe, so we got that taken care of, okay? The Inferno Tower, that's going to be something I probably will call out. I should have, he went very aggressive. I should have been one tile either higher or over to the right, but it's okay though, we still made it work. And notice how I'm pushing the Princess to the opposite lane. Sometimes you want to do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put some pressure on, right? Because he's got to do something. He's got two things happening here, right? So he's got a Mega Knight. So this doesn't surprise me. Again, this is how people do play. And what I mean by that is, so what we're going to do here is we're going to keep the Mega Knight's going to get targeted. Guys, see what I'm doing here? And that's super expensive and super defensive. Why play Knight, Big Mama P.E.K.K.A, and Mega Knight? Now, what we're going to do here is we're not going to overcommit. We're just going to go ahead and run Ice Spirit. We're going to get a little bit of chip. And see if he decides to do anything with this. Okay, and that's the main point with Spellbait, right? You want to bait their spell, but you want to keep chipping and chipping, because look at this. That's what you want to do, right? Okay, so now we're going to push opposite the P.E.K.K.A. So again, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, that you just don't play this way. All right, because all there's, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but there really is no skills in this deck. Okay, so he's got the, okay, so what we're going to do here is that we're going to go here. I do got to take out the E-Wizard right now, though. To take out that, he's going to have to answer this. I'm not worried about the Firecracker. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and go in with this here. I know he's spending a lot of Elixir because of how he's trying to counter. So he's got to use a Knight there. We're going to get some chip. We're going to let this all go. We're going to get a Princess opposite lane. Okay, so he's got a Hog Rider, so we're going to go ahead and take it out. We're going to go ahead and we'll let this go, actually. We will let this one go. We're going to go ahead and go in with an Ice Spirit here. He's got that Big Mama P.E.K.K.A going. Let's get a Knight down. Got a Princess on that side. He's going to have to spend some Elixir on it. Or she will chip. There we go. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and do this here. We're going to go ahead and get this down here. If he zaps, that's fine. We're going to log this back. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and keep all of that alive. We're going to get this going here. We're going to go ahead and Ice Spirit this. Should be able to take most of that out. Then we'll let all that happen there. And I don't even need to, yep, I'm going to go in with this here. We will log this back, though, because of the Firecracker. Let's see if I don't, I wanted to activate, actually. So let's go here. Then we're going to go ahead and take this stuff out. Got that Knight. We're going to keep bringing this Mega Knight over if we can. We're going to go high with this. And we'll be able to take out that Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. We'll go ahead going with this here. I didn't want to do that, but I have to. And the way that my man's playing, he's just dropping everything at the bridge. But eventually he's going to overcommit to the point where he's not going to be able to do anything. So we'll go here. We'll get another Princess down. We still have an Inferno Tower on the map, which is good for us. We'll go here. We're going to go ahead and we'll let that happen, actually. We're going to go here with this. I'm going to log this stuff back. We did. Okay, good. The Larry, I thought we might have missed, so we're going to go here. The Mega Knight won't get a jump. He will get that, though. So let's go ahead and get a barrel down. And we'll let this Firecracker go. We're going to go ahead and get a Princess down here. We're going to go ahead and get this down right here. He'll have his E-Wizard. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll let that happen. We're going to go here like this. We're going to go ahead and let all that happen. I'll go here now. And I'm going to log this now. And then we're going to go ahead and get another Princess down. We're going to go ahead and get a Knight down. And then we're going to go ahead and get one of these down. So this is actually going to be a good battle to discuss. How basically not to play, number one. We'll go here. We're going to get a Night Spirit down. We're going to get a Knight down. We're going to get an Inferno Tower opposite lane. We're going to go ahead and log this back. We're going to go ahead and go here with this. We're going to go in with this. Then I'm going to go in with a Knight. He's overcommitting. We're going to go ahead and rock it. And we're going to go ahead and log. We're going to go ahead and get this down as well. And we're going to win. Guys, that was intense. Here's what we're going to do. This is obviously higher up too, right? What, 59, approaching 6,000 trophies. Guys, we're actually going to go ahead and pause the video here. And I'm going to segue into, because there's so much to learn about this, about the way I was distracting and those things. Class is in session. I obviously started the battle off with dropping the Goblin Barrel. Okay, we're past that point. But guys, look at this here. The battle has barely started. And he already dropped a Big Mama Pekka. Again, I'm pointing this out because this is not the way you guys should play. However, I will say that this was a little bit challenging based on the fact that it can reset the Inferno Tower. So I had to play this pretty strategically. And as you can see, I went ahead and logged it back. Okay, kind of chip on the E-Wizard a little bit. And I knew I had to space this out. I mean, in the video, I kind of talk about like this is kind of a mistake because it doesn't really pull the Big Mama Pekka, but I had to keep it at a range. So if you could have went one tile higher, even one tile to the right there, but I knew I was going to use the Goblin Gang to go ahead and distract because the E-Wizard would reset, all right? And that's going to be huge. He had Zap as well, so he had like double resets. But as you can see here, the Inferno Tower I knew was in range. It just wasn't going to pull the Big Mama Pekka, but I obviously was going to use the Goblin Gang to distract the E-Wizard. And as long as he doesn't get any shots on the Inferno Tower, we were good to go, okay? So moving on here. Let's go to the next scene. Now, in this one, I just wanted to point out, you notice that there is a Princess over here. And I got a Goblin Barrel coming too, right? So what you want to do with Princess in almost all cases with log bait is you want to push her opposite lane. I mean, a lot of people will just drop her at the bridge, and I think that's not a bad play really, but I don't really recommend playing that because you're dropping 3 elixir, it's going to get countered, and you get maybe 1, maybe 2 splashes on the tower. So instead, what you want to do is push her opposite lane, super annoying, and you throw a barrel. So they have to answer both of these things in some way, okay? And a lot of times they're going to take the barrel out, and then they're going to have to spend some elixir. Most of the time, it's a positive elixir trade for you, unless they have log, to take her out, okay? So let's go ahead and move on. All right, so with this here, I wanted to show this out. This is one of the key defensive strategies with bait, okay? With bait, you want to chip with Ice Spirit, you want to chip with log, you want to chip with Princess, obviously. You want to be able to use the Goblin Barrel, bait spells, etc. But this is the main defensive strategy, okay? You notice he has a Mega Knight, and guys, don't play this way either with this kind of deck. Look, he has Mega Knight, he has Knight, he has Big Mama Pekka. I didn't know he had Hog Rider yet, but guys, this is just a super defensive deck. You just, again, and this is in higher up in a league too, right? But don't play that way. This just proves that this person doesn't rely enough on skill. But anyways, let's just get back to it. Just don't make decks like this, okay? You're going to plateau. All right, so we have a Knight that's going to tank for the Mega Knight. We have a Knight that's going to also distract for this Knight, and we have an Inferno Tower that's super healthy. He's running such a heavy deck, he can't even get back to E-Wizard, and we're able to basically shut all this stuff down. He can't do a thing, guys, all right? So let's go ahead and move on to this one. And as you can see here, this is the part I was telling you about. Look, I mean, the Knight's on its way out, but obviously we're just cycling, and we're going to chip with the Ice Spirit, okay? Super important to do that. Still have an Inferno Tower on the map as well, so you really can't run Hog Rider. So with this, once again, I want you guys to see I have a Princess running opposite lane from his push, okay? That is important. And I went ahead and cycled a log, okay? Because I knew he had Big Mama Pekka, so I can get back to the Inferno Tower, and I get some chip on the tower. And he's going to have to answer this, okay? So at this point, I still didn't know he was running Hog Rider, but I knew he had a really heavy deck. Okay, so let's move on here. So now this is when I knew he had Hog Rider. Now, Big Mama Pekka, Hog Rider, Mega Knight, Hog Rider, is not a bad combination, okay? So at this point, once I knew this, I knew that was going to be his only real way to get tower damage. He wasn't going to get Mega Knight or Big Mama Pekka to the tower, okay? So of course I had to just quickly react, and I used the Inferno Tower. So we have so many great answers, and you'll see he gets desperate. As you saw in the video, actually, he gets real desperate. So again, once again, I want to prove this. You guys got to keep doing this. I'm going to point this out. You want to keep chipping with the Ice Spirit, and you cycle. It's only one elixir. This is about to go, but we have another princess pushing opposite lane, okay? Super important, guys. All right, so moving on. So here, this is an important thing I want you guys to see about Mega Knight, okay? As people ask all the time. Now, not only that, look, there's a Mega Knight here, there's a Big Mama Pekka here, and I have a Goblin. Look at my cycle here. I don't have a whole lot that I can take a whole Mega Knight out. But what you can do is you can drop Gang here in the middle. You can also activate King Tower if you want. By dropping a Gang here, you bring the Mega Knight down here. You can drop an Ice Spirit like right here. He'll then attack it, then he'll attack this, right? So let's clear some of this stuff out real quick. I just want to point out that the Mega Knight is actually going to jump on the Goblin Gang. However, he doesn't take them all out because some of these will actually go a little bit this way, so they space themselves out. So that way they continue to distract and you have both arena towers hitting, okay? By this time, the Pekka gets about right here, but we are cycling back to this. We'll be back to a knight. We can use log to log things back, etc., okay? So let's go on to the next scene. And as you can see here, this is what I was talking about, right? So I told you we'd be back to a knight because we're going to go ahead and tank for this Big Mama Pekka. We're going to get an Inferno Tower on the map, but look at the goblins, guys. And sorry, that's a princess still on the map. I forgot I had her on the map. And she'll do a lot of work, guys, crazy enough. She's bunched up more than I want, but still, this can show how this will slow the Mega Knight down, and eventually you'll beat him. You'll get him, all right? We do have to get I believe we get an Inferno Tower on the map there, though. Okay, so, yep, there it is right there, right? So we went ahead and look how before that, though, he did zap. Actually, you can see the little bit of the zap here. To reset it, but you can see the Mega Knight's basically done, okay? Now, the biggest thing here is the Big Mama Pekka is still super healthy, and he has an E-Wizard. So I went ahead and logged back, and I want to keep cycling because eventually I need to get back to the Inferno Tower and distract the E-Wizard so it can't reset the Inferno Tower. Okay, so at this point, he does start to get real desperate, and not let him build up those strong pushes. And look at the time here. So I knew I had to start rocket cycling and or spell cycling and things like that and try to get that chip. And look at this positive elixir trade that I get here. 3 elixir Goblin Gang on his 7 elixir Mega Knight. That was perfect, guys. That was almost the turning point of the battle, in my opinion. I tried to stay ahead on that. So at this point, he tries to rush everything. He's got an E-Wizard right here. I have a Knight that's helping. This gets shut down by 5 elixir Inferno Tower. I do have to worry about this Hog Rider because it's going to make it in. But then you can guys see here, I have Goblin Gang also selected. And if it gets real bad like this Hog Rider gets here and he's pretty healthy, you can definitely log it back. I thought about running Rocket, but that wouldn't have been a good play. So there you go, right? So we went ahead and shut all that down. He did get some damage, but look at what we have coming at him. Okay, and I log because I just want to go ahead and get the chip and try to take, obviously doesn't kill the Firecracker. She was probably the most annoying in this deck. But you notice I start to get closer and closer to matching that damage advantage, or getting it, I should say. And then you were at, obviously, 43 seconds left in the entire battle, right? So we're going to go here. And again, he drops Big Mama Pekka. He has a Mega Knight. He's getting desperate. This will completely shut that down. I have a lot of these troops here that I can use to distract. I can go ahead and log it back and things like that. People don't use the log enough to do those things. It buys you a lot of time, guys, all right? And look, 34 seconds, right? And then your boy went ahead and rocketed for the win. Again, I knew that I was down, but I knew I had rocket, and I knew I had log, guys, for the dub, all right? Went ahead and pushed it all. GG's, all right? Anyways, guys, hope you find these things useful. All right, I'm going to get better at these. I'm going to probably try to do more and more of them. I'm going to try to space it out with different decks. I wanted to use my mini account, but I didn't have the princess, like I said, unlocked. So anyways, guys, thank you for all the continued support. Until the next video, everyone take care, stay safe, ask questions in the comments, and peace out, guys.